okra is a favorite vegetable if you're from the south, but if you're from the north, not only is it not your favorite, but you may not even be familiar with it. So we're going to try and work those people that are not as close to okra as some of the rest of us into having a greater appreciation. I'm doing sautéed okra today. Now I'm going to use 1 to 2 tablespoons of canola oil. I've actually got 2 tablespoons, excuse me, of canola oil. And when that gets hot, we're going to add a pound of okra. Now I'm doing the okra whole, and as a result I have to use small okra because otherwise it's not going to get tender in time. So we'll do a couple of tests here and see if we're getting hot. Ah, yes we are. When it starts to sizzle, we're ready to go. Notice that I've left it whole, but I've cut the caps down. If you look at those that are not cut, you'll see that the stems are a little bit longer on some of these, and I've cut as much of it off as I can without actually going into the cavity of the okra itself. And that will keep it, since we're going to cook it really fast, it will keep it from getting slimy, which those people that have tried it and aren't familiar with it or friendly with it, that's often their objection to okra. So this is going to go for about 3 minutes, which again is a very quick cook. We've also in the past cooked it on the grill, which cooks it very fast. We've left it whole, and that also keeps the okra intact. If you do find some of the little skirt petals on here, then you want to take those off. I missed that one earlier, so I'll go ahead and take it off now. But that's also something that you do in the process. You will need to stir this around quite a bit because, as you can see, we've got the temperature fairly high and it's starting to darken in areas. And when that happens, we're going to get these great smells coming out, but we don't want anything to burn. So move it around a little bit. You don't have to stir it constantly, but stir it fairly often so that it cooks more evenly. Okay, you notice we've gotten it so that there are some nice golden and brown and even some little bit darker places here. What we're going to do now is add some seasoning to it. And for that, I've got about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And you may want to delay adding the salt until you've got it done to make sure you get it the way you want it. I've also got 2 cloves of garlic that have been minced fairly finely. And once you get the garlic in, you do need to pay fairly close attention to it because you really don't want that to burn. And then also to it, I'm going to add 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of hot pepper flakes or crushed red pepper. And just going to stir those around less than a minute because you've got to keep your eye on that garlic. If it starts to get too dark, pull it off the heat immediately because you don't want it to get burned. It just turns bitter and the whole thing will give you bad feelings about okra, and we're trying to encourage more people to eat it. Again, real easy to do, something very quick. You could do inside or out. If you've got a grill pan on your grill, you could also do it out there and pull up some of those great flavors. Now this is one that, again, if you've got folks that aren't familiar with okra or think they don't like it because of the mucilaginous, or more commonly known as slime, this is a nice way to provide them a chance to get familiar with it. However, I've become very familiar with okra and I like that mucilaginous texture. So someday in the future we're going to make something else that will provide us that great slime effect. I hope you'll give this one a try. It's sautéed okra. For Oklahoma Gardening, I'm Barbara Brown.